Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, you're tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And you're tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming's Twitch live stream series where we're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. But in either case, welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, before we jump right into it, I don't know if most of you are aware of it. There's been some news in the Farming Simulator community. Apparently, Giant Software has released on their website that they're going to make an announcement next Tuesday about the future of Farming Simulator. Other than that, no additional details have been provided, but everyone in the community is speculating that they may make an announcement about the next version of Farming Simulator, which by a lot of accounts will be called Farming Simulator 25, and also based on some rumors may be scheduled for a release later this year. But that's been the big news this week, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to tune in to the Farming Simulator website to see what this mysterious announcement is about the future of Farming Simulator will be next week. But looking forward to that in either case. But other than that, we're just going to kind of jump right into it from where we ended on the last episode of the series. When we last left off, we were in the process of planting our sugar cane on field 31. As you can see, we were able to get that done. That was done off camera. But we did get the entire field done. We also finished planting our oat on field 9. And all of that has been completely done. We got both fields planted and fertilized. So all of that activity is complete. And that's kind of where we left off at. I was able to get those activities done, but I wasn't able to get any other stuff per se done that I may have speculated on. Make sure that we did also sell all of our mods back to the shop that we were using, our lease equipment and such that we were using for all of our planting activities. Off camera, I also just did some testing with the configuration of my greenhouses here. I'm kind of want to move those around and kind of shuffle the deck a little bit to increase our production for my greenhouses and kind of optimize the setup that we have here on the farm, kind of similar to how we did with the horse stable. So since we're not doing a series focusing on horses, we're not going to get too heavy into our stable operations, but we may add another 1 or 2 horses, but that's down the line because the focus still needs to be on getting the farm up to full capacity, getting the productions going, and all of that good stuff. If we come over here to our cow barns, I don't know if I touched on this in previous episodes or not, but there were some updates to the Alma, Missouri map. But thankfully, those updates didn't require us to do a new save game. But as you can see, the capacity for all the barns, default barns on the map, have all been increased. Like here, for instance, with our cows, we are now up to a max capacity of 550 cows at the main cow barn. If we go over to our other farm, which is referred to as the old cow barn, I need to And to see about renaming these if that's possible as well too, so I can have something that I'm more comfortable working with. Let's see if we visit this one. Visit. I didn't mean to tag it. We can just walk in there and make that go away. But if we come over here to this facility, which is already overflowing with manure, and we're going to have to do some things with that. If we go into our cow barn here, and its max capacity that it can hold is now 300 cows. Also, alright. Notice that every time I go into the game, it moves the toolbox back out here. I want to keep the toolbox here on this farm just as a pseudo shop for when I need it in this area. So we'll just keep that right there. But I have to see if it, when we come back in the game, when I load from a save, if it moves it back out. Oh, I see one thing I missed that we need to get rid of that I was using when I was working on things off camera. Let's see if we can kind of highlight that and get that off of here. But that was this fill point or buy point. Let's see if there it is. Sell that back and clean this up. Landscaping. Alright, painting. Put our grass texture back down. And our gravel texture back down. Where's our gravel? So I have to make sure we got the colors matched. That is the incorrect color. We want this one. Alright. And then we want to put some grass down in the middle of all of that. So we want to go to plants. And we want the grass to grow, so you want the meadow grass. And I'm not going to make it super permanent because probably in the future I have to do this all over again when we have to fix something else that I mess up. So just keep that in mind. And for now, that's what we're doing. Kind of get our road back in there a little bit. And I said I forgot to haul our fast baler back to the main farm, so we have to kind of rectify that situation. That's down on this farm. It's a pig farm. Alright, we'll keep the case over here. Okay, where's our little... Oh, there it is. Confusing myself there. But now we keep the herbicide and the liquid fertilizer out there where it's at on the yard. That's fine. And we're going to grab our bale forks. Goes back on this trailer. And I guess we could leave the fast bale out there where it's at for now. It's not hurting anything, but we do want to come and move that to a more... Actually, we can just use the other setup to move in. Let's go. We'll just put it in the shed. I mean, we got more than enough sheds for it to not be out there in the open. Shuffle things around. Oops. But we'll just go ahead and grab the quick bail. And just put it in one of our sheds on the farm. And it'll be ready to go for when we need it again. If I can drive right, that is. Okay, now we can kind of move on. Picking up from there, I think we're done with everything that we can do on the farm at this point in time. We wanted to take a peek at our production change to see if there's anything going on there we can mess with. It looks like we got a bottleneck in our bakery. We're low on butter. What else is... pizzeria has a bottleneck with ketchup. Everything else seems to be supplied. Ketchup production is bottleneck with tomatoes, so that's why I was kind of looking at the greenhouses to see what we can do there. Although it looks like if we're looking at, yeah, that's outgoing product is ketchup. Yeah, tomatoes is a bottleneck right now. Let's see, with the dairy and butter. It takes 15 milk to make 13 butter. Well, it looks like we got 110 butter in the outgoing section of the dairy, so butter itself is not bottleneck. It's just bottleneck with how it's getting distributed to the bakery. Because the bakery's showing 0 butter, but we got plenty of butter in the dairy here that should be getting distributed to the bakery, so I don't know why that's bottleneck there. Close your where we got 0 fabric at the tailor shop, so that's a problem. We know why the pig feed is in the red, and that's on by design. But going back to a tomato bottleneck, if we look at our greenhouses, we see we got 6 tomatoes in one large greenhouse. 6 tomatoes in the other, so the tomatoes are a bit bottlenecked, and we could probably stand to have another tomato production point right now based on demand, so that may be something I address here shortly. Other greenhouses are not necessarily bottlenecked yet, but I may for the lemon, orange, pineapple, and apple, they're okay for now. But yeah, what I'm thinking about doing with the greenhouses as far as expanding the number that I have, I will probably do that for all of them because we have future plans to put. I have future plans to put another production point in there that will put greater demand on the fruit greenhouses as well. Although we already have a couple that are increasing the demand for pineapple and apple already. Uh, but our other bottleneck was with the fabric. See here, it takes two wool to make fabric, 1 unit of fabric, and we have a ton of wool in our spinnery. So, and we got 26 fabric ready to be distributed. It's just not making its way to the tailor shop quickly enough for the tailor shop not to be bottlenecked with the demand. So that may be more of a map problem than a production problem right there, because we are not bottlenecked, at least as far as the spinnery is concerned, uh, as far as the spinnery is concerned and creating fabric. It's just that for whatever reason there's a bottleneck between this fabric getting distributed to the tailor shop. So what I might want to do here, just to kind of plug that along, so that I don't know how much that costs if I just buy a bunch of fabric and just fill the tailor shop up to the max, and that way, with the slow distribution, it will kind of balance itself out, and we'll never get to the point where we're zeroing out. But I don't know. That all depends on the production rates and whatnot, and whether or not there is an actual issue with the map. Because if I max it out and then it starts to, in theory, catch up with the production, then even when there's lows in production, you have enough in there to pick up the slack until the production catches back up, in theory, depending on the production rates and the distribution rates. If you understand what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm explaining it clearly enough, but this is just a theory. If I fill it up, it'll help to pick up the slacks for the slow, for the times that the distribution is slow, in theory. But I don't know how much would cost me. But we'll come back to that. For right now, we'll just let those processes all work out by themselves. Focus first back on our farming operations. So let's go to our farms and make sure we're not missing anything there, because that is primarily what we want to be doing. Here's our farming operations. We got our canola growing. We harvested corn. We will need to keep our eye on the crop calendar to identify when we could put corn down again. Corn will next be available for planting when? Where's corn at? In April. So once we advance the day here, which we're about to do based on where we're at now, we'll be ready to plant corn, so we can go ahead and get that going. One other thing I did get into, but you saw some of that in last week's episode, is I like that Kinsey planter that we borrowed for putting down our sugar cane, but it does have some issues. I'd like to probably, but I haven't. I wanted to do some more testing with the planters in that mod pack to see if there are some other versions of that planter that I could utilize. So I still want to do some more testing with that, but I may switch up my planter that we own late in the future in this series based on some of the results of testing that I will do with some of the other planters that are out there and available. One thing I forgot to check was what's on sale this month. And there's a big item that jumps out at me right now that I'm about to jump on. We don't really need it, but we do need it because at that price, over half off for the TLX 9000 semi-truck or tractor trailer. That's 54 grand as is with this configuration, standard configuration. And we're going to go ahead and buy that as is on its sale price. That's at the shop. So when we need a semi, we'll have an extra semi for when we need it. Again, so that way we don't have to be jumping around reconfiguring our trucks all the time. It's always good to have more options instead of less options. Welcome to the family. TLX 9000. And we'll bring that over here to our old cow barn for now. And I really need to rename these farms to something that's a little more cool. And it'll help me to call them out when I'm calling them out too. All right, welcome to the family. Actually, let's go ahead and all of the used equipment is always in need of immediate maintenance. So let's get our trusty toolbox out here. Bring that bad boy over here like so, thusly. Drop a toolbox down and dial it up and do a repair. And we'll just leave it there for now. Put our toolbox back in there. Alright, now we're ready to go. But I will be customizing that bad boy in the future. Not really necessary right now, but now let's hop back over here to our main farm. And while we're here, can we... Let's see something here. Oh, we already did name this the main cow barn, didn't we? So for the other one, can we... Let's go over here. Is it? Alright. Now if we go here. No rename option for this one, unfortunately. You could rename that one. And that one. Nope. Okay, I can rename this farmhouse. That's good. All right. I think I'm gonna call this a secondary. And this is probably just me being too anal retentive here. Farmhouse. It sucks that it won't let me rename that the other cow barn over here. Alright, one more thing here. And I know this is all not necessarily important, but it's important to me. So let's go over here and see if it'll let me do the pig barn. Oh, okay, it got that. So maybe I need to position, see if I can position my cursor on it the right way. Bose's. Oh goodness, I can't even spell my own stuff now. Um, okay, there we go. Bose's pig barn. Love it, love it. All right. And I know these are simple things, but they're the simple things that make it all worthwhile, right? For this one, just want to put Bose in front of it. And then hopefully it'll let me space that out. Actually, let's do this because it'll be consistent with my branding and everybody. 831. Let's just do Bose 831 main cow barn. And that way you'll know what I'm talking about. And in fact, let's go back over here to the pigs. I know this is kind of probably redundant and whatnot, but consistency is key. And my OCD is kicking in now, so just bear with me. Jose 831 Big Barn. And then finally, let's see if that one that didn't want to play nice will play nice if I position my cursor in a certain spot, or we're just locked out of doing that one altogether. So let me see if I can get out of here. And now let's see if we can hop back into build mode and make sure I'm in a position where we got the whole building highlighted, and it still won't give us the option to rename that one, no matter how we hit it. Nope. Man, that's disappointing. It's not even giving us the option to delete it or anything like that either. As you can see, you can rename here. I can go ahead and name Bose 831 Spinnery. There. Alright. Cool. Disappointing that I can't rename that. We could rename, which I already did. That's right, we didn't do the other farmhouse, but that's cool. Did we? Yeah, we did. I'm going on a naming convention kick here. Like whose house? Bose 831's house. Since this is the only thing we could rename over here. Alright, but let's get on, jump on here. I'm off on a tangent. Alright. Can't squeeze through there for whatever weird reason. Back it up. Get me out of here. Alright. Let's sleep. Advance the day. Hope I haven't missed anything else important. If not, oh well. Let's go. Oh, one other thing I forgot to indicate that we also did off camera. 31, we used the modded Kinsey for planting and fertilizing, and also rolling. All of that was, remember, all of that was functionality built into the modded planter that we use for that planting job. However, we did not use that for planting on field 9. So for field 9, I did go through with the roller after we finished our planting and rolled the field as well. Got to add that in there. But it's a new day, and you know what happens at the beginning of a new day? We got to go tend to these animals. So that's the first order of business, and let's break out by starting with the most tedious of the animal stuff that we have to do per se, is doing the horses. So let's go ahead and get them out of the way first. As always, you know, we got to ride them for a couple of real-time minutes before we can do what we need to do with them for daily activities. There's no way to fast track that. We have to actually ride them for that amount, a certain amount of time before to keep them healthy, I guess is the best way to frame it. And there's no way to shortcut that part of the horse care formula, at least with current game design. And it doesn't take terribly long, or it's not super annoying if you only have a few horses. But I mean, imagine if you had a fully loaded stable with like, you know, let's say for example, 15 to 16 horses. You have to do this for every day for each of those horses with the way the game is currently designed. And although if that's how you want to play it, you can, but this is, not animal simulator per se. It's supposed to be farming simulator, although I know there's a lot of mods out there now in the game and in the community that allow us to do so much more. Well, and but so much more than farming in the game, but still. Another aspect of horses that I don't particularly like, and if we're gonna put the horses in there, they need to tweak how difficult they are to control. I understand they added some realism in to it, where the faster you ride the horse, the more difficult he is to turn or direct or in different directions. And I get that, and that kind of works, but just the horse controls need to be tightened up to be more smooth. But but at the same time, I get some of the aspects of the game design logic by it. It's about the same admission. Let's say, well, not the same genre, but a similar game as Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto has vehicles that are, in order to realistically, at least as far as game design is concerned, display that this vehicle has poor handling. They have vehicles that are very difficult to turn based on the vehicle type versus vehicles that are easy to turn and also have no traction and slide around and this type of thing. And I guess this is kind of the same concepts here, I guess, but just with animals. But just in my humble opinion, the horse controls need to be tighter to make for an more enjoyable riding experience if you're going to design in for riding to be one of the requirements of the gameplay, as far as the maintenance of certain animals that are built into the game, which in this case is the horses, of course. Alright, there we go, 100%. Back in the stable. And then we just get them cleaned up. That's the other element of the horse gameplay. And unlike the other stable that we had, which is, like I said, magnificent mod, amazing mod, but just difficult to find your horses sometime with that one. Alright, but this one makes it more straightforward. So, and this stable can hold a maximum of how many horses? Let's see. I don't remember right off the top of my head. Where is the 16 horses. So if you had 16 horses, you know how crazy that would be every day. Alright. Now, one thing I wanted to see is if our little score, updated any for my new crop or fields. Nope, this one's still showing bad scores for weed control, pH value, and nitrogen right now. Okay, grass field is kind of back on track, but I don't know why I'm taking a nitrogen hit on that one. But that's the same on all of the fields, and I don't know how I get that to 100. It gets me to 97 and kind of sits there. I don't even know why this field is on 80, because when you go on the field, it shows that your lime is good, but I don't know why it's showing this blank on the environmental score. Same with this field, field 11, same issue. Although we're taking that nitrogen hit on all of them as well, so I don't know. Because then over here it's even adds more pieces to the puzzle. You know, you got a couple of fields doing the same thing with the pH, and we just did these, so you know they should all be good to go on the lime, good to go on the fertilizer. And you got it set to automated, so it's supposed to adjust to whatever the numbers to whatever the field needs. So I don't know why I'm taking all these hits on my environmental scores right now. All right, so but just one of those little gripes I got about precision farming. All right, let's go ahead and work on the next aspect of getting our animals fed. Let's go feed them cows. Next up, TMR. Crash counter +1 right to the wall. Alright, RBNY, TMR. Next up, good to go. And this cow barn distributes water automatically to the pigs, so we don't need to do anything there. Final thing we need to do over here is just pull out a straw bale. Excuse me. Whoops. Now remember, this bale storage is a little bit functionally different from the one that was here previously, so when I move with the bale, I gotta be careful that I don't plop the bale right back in there. Yeah. Just drop that on. And see the straw is at 100,000. And our cows are happy. Now we can drop that bale back in here and be on our way. But before we do, checking on the other animals here. And chickens are alright, we're not gonna mess with them. Sheep are alright, we ain't gonna mess with them. Call it. We'll have to come back to the oh man, where am I? I forgot what the horses. Oops, wrong controls. Did we do the horse food? Yeah, they're good. So, and we'll come back to the greenhouses. I'm gonna make this real quick tonight, so we can hopefully get through a number of things. Oh, and still forgetting, there's one other thing I did here. Some of the trees over here between these two fields where our sugar cane is at, in the field right next to it. Some of those trees that could potentially give me trouble with some of my farm equipment, including the one that you saw that did give me trouble. We cut and trimmed some of those trees back. So we also did that off camera. Hopefully I won't recall anything else that we did off camera that I forgot to tell you about. I think hope that's the extent of it. Next stop, the farm that refuses to be renamed. And we're going to mix up some TMR and distribute some TMR for the cows in the farm that refuses to be renamed. Alright, so here we are. First of all, we need to do a remix on some TMR. So let's grab out the ingredients that we'll need. We'll need 1 silage, 1 hay, we'll start with the hay this time around. And we'll pull out the straw bale. Actually, let's go ahead and over-index on straw. Uh-oh. Something's weird going on there. It was still pulling straw when we were done. Alright. Now let's do a silage. Okay, because it was bugging out and it's not going right on the mix now. Alright, that's annoying. Get it to me again. Now, I still don't know if that's a game glitch or a map glitch. I think it's a game glitch, but I can't say for sure because I've never used these type of mixers extensively prior to now. I just believe that it's a map bug. See, look, it won't. It's automatically refilling, and I'm not doing that. There's no. So I just gotta empty the whole thing. There's nothing for it to be pulling from, but it's somehow magically pulling straw or whatever from somewhere. There it is. As soon as you turn the daggum thing on, it won't stop pulling this magic straw from wherever the heck it's pulling the straw out of thin air from. And the only way I found to fix this was either start it up right next to a bell sometimes, and that would fix it. In this case now we're over indexed on straw now, so we're not going to be able to balance that out. Just going to create stupid forage. Alright, I'm out. This is going to make me get rid of using these types for that type of mixer for doing my forage altogether, because that's an annoying bug. The only way I've found to clear the condition is to do this. And this is kind of a game-breaking bug. Because the whole purpose of this equipment is for mixing forage. But if you can't, mixing TMR, if you can't, yeah, you see what it is. So not gonna. And you've been watching the series long enough, you know this has been one of my pains throughout the whole series. And this is my first series with using these self-propelled forage mixers extensively. I don't remember ever seeing this issue before, which is why I say it's got to be local to the map, because I've used these self-propelled mixer wagons before, and I never seen that this type of bug crop up until this map. But it's consistent across all no matter which forage wagons I'm using, whether I'm using base game or I'm using body ones, but it does happen. Okay, now I emptied the wagon and it's fixed, but you've made me have to get rid of all my material and reset to the shop, so that's not cool. So that's not cool at all. And you set me back time-wise, wasting time having to do stuff over that should only take a few seconds. Now I gotta start all over from scratch with this. And as you see, it's doing it again. Okay. That's about to be a deal breaker for me. You have to start putting silos down or something and doing this in a completely different way, because this is a frustrating problem now. Not that it wasn't before. Because look, it's pulling. Can you give me silage? No, it's screwed already. The mix is screwed up already. That doesn't make any darn sense. No darn sense. The heck? What the heck is this, bruh? Why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my product, more importantly? There it is. Annoyed. Alright, I'll fill out as many of my used bills here as I can. I'm trying to work around this bug as best that I can. It's not helping me much at all. We've been at this now over 10 minutes now, wasting time. And it's still doing it, and I don't have anything in it. And it's still doing it. That's... You pick up the silage, bro. Oh, it's throwing me off because I need to be silage and not hay. See, it's a total waste of time is what this is. And it's not like I'm getting rich off of this exercise and stupidity. This is a dumb bug here. So now I'm over-indexed in straw. Let me see if we can try to work it out this way and get balance back to where we're at least in the green. I can't get the straw down now. We got too much straw in the mix, so let me Gotta sell some of that back. And now it's back to pulling the magic straw again. And that's still throwing the damn mix off. It's like it's fighting against me, and whatever the heck I try to do to freaking fix it, and that's a bit annoying. Alright, there we go. Finally, freaking over, do your magic silence. Now we're, you can't win, you can't win. Because now we drew too much hay, because it was pulling magic hay. Yep, this is testing my patience, guys. This one's testing my patience right now. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whatever it's short, it pulls it's magically pulling the opposite crop, and it keeps making it where I have the perfect inaccurate mix. This is insanity. This is insanity. This has never been this aggravating to me. Because whenever I get it dang right, it's freaking pulling the opposite crop that I need from the mix and making that one over index. the love of God, please tell me this is TMR. Thankfully, it's TMR. We're doing this too many more episodes. It's something I'm gonna have to play with off camera to find out what's the best way to do TMR going forward instead of using mixer wagons. Just saying, this will be one of the last times you see me do TMR with mixer wagons, at least on this map in this series for sure. I've been trying to be patient with it and work around the obvious issues here, but this is not getting to be, it's beyond perplexing. I refuse to believe I'm the only one that's experiencing these issues, but who knows? Yeah, in fact, we're gonna go ahead and nix this right now. We're gonna throw that out there. We'll be doing TMR different. All right, so we're gonna go here. I'll just try around. So let's do this first. I'm gonna be out of the mixer wagon business. That's for sure. I'm gonna have to do TMR a different way. And since I'm invested in bales, that's why I wanted to do it that way, is because I'm invested in, in having my TMR bales. But we can rethink all of that. Well, let's go here. Just do it a different way. Maybe even do it in a way that doesn't involve baling at all. We can't sell using this, can we? No. Sidetrack once again. I'm just trying to make TMR, and that's not cool. And as you guys know, what's one of my sayings on this series from the beginning to the end, just about every episode I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Sometimes certain issues and bugs and other things make it where it almost takes all of that fun right out of it, no matter what you do, and this has become one of those deals. But at the same time, challenge accepted. And if you've been watching me long enough, you know I've been patiently trying to work my way around this issue, trying to figure out what it is, both on and off camera. I had resigned to the fact that I would be able to at least work around it, but it has presented itself again in a way most annoying tonight, and I'm done with it. I won't be using these kind of wagons in this series on this map. Period. That's a wrap. Now, what I don't know if it does it in other versions of mixer wagons that are not self-propelled, but definitely with the self-propelled ones. Alright, and in fact that threw me off so much, we didn't even finish doing what we need to do on that farm with the cows. Since this one is the cow barn that refuses to be renamed, it's kind of acro pro that I would be having these issues here. So let's grab some straw, pull a straw bale out. Come on. Work with me, buddy. Alright, drop that down. Cows get their bedding. And drop it back in there. Cows are handled. And I guess now that we know, we're going to be looking at some other ideas here on how to work with our cows. There's actually a forage mixer, but see, the reason why I don't like using those attachments is just because I use a max capacity on my bales, and you need, when mixing using other types of forage mixers, it's more advantageous to have smaller size bales so that you could kind of get your mixing portions right. So this just makes my forage mixing a lot more complicated if I'm going to use a standalone mixer. So let me go silo extension container production. I gotta think about that now, because that just changes a whole lot of stuff with how I want to operate on the farm as far as making my TMR is even concerned altogether. Jeez. And see, that's what I really didn't want to have to get into, man. Man, that's just TMR steel silo. And see, I don't know if this accepts bills. Alright, it's being picky about being near other objects and all. See, and this is stuff I just don't want to have to deal with. Alright, so if we drop that down, does this take, I guess I'm kind of testing now, because this has changed my game a little bit with what I want to do as far as TMR. So if I drop the bill there, would it take that, or is it got to take, or will it only fill from loose equipment? See, that's not. Oh. No. See, and that's just, oh shoot. Silly head. Alright. Okay, so it takes bells. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just do it that way. But then the other issue I'm gonna run into is when I'm overflowing or excess. When I have excess, I'm gonna need a dedicated trailer that's just holding silage. So I'm gonna have to get another trailer. And that's why I just wanted to have the mixer. Hay. Trying to pull out all the used bills at least. When you're doing this stuff live, you never know where it's gonna take you. So I guess we're kind of gonna do this a little bit, and then we'll jump in on our corn planting situation, because this should be corn planting and not harvest, right? We're doing all right. Oops, excuse me, banging on the mic there. Let's grab big boy bills. Now let's clear out all these silage bills here, and we can just go ahead and put all this in the silo, and we'll go ahead and have this silo just grinding out big time TMR. Just have that ready for when we need it. We're gonna have to get another trailer that's just dedicated for holding our TMR mix. Oh, that one fell back in there. That's not how I wanted to do it, but that's what we're being forced to kind of do on this map. There. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out the smaller hay and silage bales out of here, and just go ahead and throw them in the into this TMR mixer facility. Alright, we got a ton of hay in there now, and let's get out some silage. Now it gets interesting. Now it gets interesting. And we're just going to throw all of them in there. In fact, I should have just came through here with the flatbed trailer and did that all in one move. Yep. Because I'm knocking one or two of them back in there accidentally because that trigger for this spell storage is super sensitive. But if that's what we're going to be doing there, we can pretty much max that on out. That way we ain't even got to be sitting on that many bells. Shucks. Alright, but that's a beautiful thing. Let's pull out a few straws, bells here. Well, let's first of all get those three that were kind of playing with me there. Alright, that's them three. Yeah, get you about halfway through there. Man, do a 50,000 liter straw bale. 50,000 liters of pop. Didn't take too many of them to fill that bad boy up. Yep. That's cool, actually. Yep. Ah! The second one, if we would have kept that one out, that would have made the cut. I'm going to go ahead and max this old thing up, man. This is what we're doing right now. Come on, buddy. I know I'm doing this the whole kind of hardish way. And I gotta go, let me do here something real quick. Because I know this landscaping is kind of, because when I put the cell point down, It kind of terraformed the land a little bit, so it's a little bit uneven here walking on it. All right, let's grab out salad, 50,000 silage, about 3 of them. Gosh, dog it, stop doing that. All right, and we need 150,000 silage. Go ahead and fill that all up, all the way up. And finally, $50,000, uh, 50,000 liter hay bale to finish everything off. All right, that's it. So now we have our TMR production on small TMR production on one of our farms, and we'll just have to have a separate trailer bucket for that purpose on the farm. Or unless I want to also add another storage facility to this farm, just because we don't have a storage facility on this farm. I could put a small silo on this farm somewhere that it would have to be a multi-fruit or something that holds forage crops, but I really didn't want to have all of that on this farm. But we shall have to rethink what I was really intending to have as the setup in this area. Alright, so next up we have a harvest situation now, right? I mean a planting situation with our corn, right? We go to our crop calendar, and we are ready, willing, and able to plant corn. We have a field for corn that's over here on near our pig farm, and that's field 11. So let's go doctor that up. We know the first order in the process of doing our corn is running a plow. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around that when it comes to corn. So that's but actually we could use the cultivator, right? I think. I think we can do a full. I think we don't have to do a full plow where we're pulling up rocks, and we can just use the cultivator. I think we're about to test that. It's been a minute, so just bear with me on that one a little bit. First of all, let me get the equipment out the way so I can pull everything out that I need. Plow first. Excuse me, planter first. And then we'll come in with a cultivator. And hopefully that will satisfy the plowing requirement, theoretically. Let's go see. And if such is the case, now that we got our own little tractor on the pig farm, I'll probably just go ahead and buy a separate small plow just for on that farm where I don't even have to drive my own equipment all over the place just to get there to do one job every season. And earlier today, I was doing some testing with my with Farming Simulator and having my PC on and having Farming Simulator running, see if the circuit breaker would still be doing its tripping. And today it didn't seem to do it as much. I didn't do it for a long time, so I'm still not sure. But while I'm doing my lives, I'm not going to test it just in case, because I don't know why this issue is coming and going, so I still don't want to play with it happening while I'm on live and just kind of ruining that entire experience. Alright, so we got the cultivator here on site. Now let's see if this will work with just us doing cultivating and not having to do a full-fledged plowing in between planting. It won't take us too long to go ahead and cultivate this field. But if we do have to come back and hit it with a plow before we can plant corn, we will be doing double the work, but that's okay, because once we learn it this one time, we'll know next time. All right, got that. Now I wonder if we turn a worker loose, how much will he mess it up? So let's see. I just hired a worker, and let's see if he'll do this whole job automatically without messing it up. I already tried to drive into the river. Alright, while the worker's doing that, let's just go ahead and hop out. And what is the pH value on this field right now? It says it's perfect. One thing that's concerning me a little bit is the field info is still saying needs plowing. We won't know for sure what the deal is until we come in here with the planter and attempt to actually plant our corn. But I hope all that is just being a little trippy. Alright, well while that's going on, let's check on our pigs. We can go ahead and work on getting our pigs fed while the worker's doing this thing there. Go ahead and get that knocked out. And we'll probably have to get the same little, have another little bucket set up on our old cow barn secondary farm location. We're doing our TMR like I was talking about earlier, just kind of a little bit annoying to me that I can't do it the way that I want to on this map and in this series because of those weird issues with the self-propelled TMR mixer vehicles. And when I run a different series on a different map, I'm going to test that out. In fact, I just need to do some testing off camera with that all together. Really. That one thing I haven't tested that on another map, doing TMR. I make a mental note to make sure I do that testing, so I can know 100% for sure whether it's the map or something else. Because I've used TMR mixers wagons on other maps, just not extensively, but I don't remember running into any kind of issue even remotely close to what's been happening here. Alright, let the cows get the bells, or what they need from the bells for their bedding. The cows, the pigs, excuse me. And once they got the straw they need for the bedding, we can just come back in here and drop them off. Drop the bells back off. And you know, I'm totally kicking myself that for all this time I didn't know that the stuff in the CSZ pack had been updated, including the bell forks with auto loading functionality. That I would have been using these with that functionality for a long time already. Most of y'all that have been watching me long enough know that I don't have a problem working bells manually, but we all know how temperamental the physics in Farming Simulator can be. And the work is almost finished here. And the pigs have almost maxed out their slurry, so we're soon going to have to do something with our slurry here and go ahead and sell the slurry or use it elsewhere in some kind of production chain or something like that. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with it yet, because that's the only, what other animals just realized like um, main cow barn. We don't have a slurry pit for the cows on the old cow barn. But we do have one on our main farm. I don't even know where I would put one over there though. Alright, the worker didn't quite get it finished off, but they got close enough. We'll go ahead and finish it off. And we got to go back to that farm to pick up our planter and see if we can go. Alright, we made our way across the map. So that's our thing now, is we've cultivated. Hopefully we can now come around and be able to plant and not have to deep plow in order to be able to plant. Crash counter +3. As always, when we do some work with our farm equipment, we need to also be consistent about doing our maintenance. So we do that. Then put everything away. That back there. And we got rid of our seed runner setup. Did that off camera. We have to purchase another seed running setup. I have some ideas on what I want to do going forward with that. For right now, temporarily, we don't have a seed running setup. Alright, so we get a seed field. And hopefully we can also do the same with our fertilizer. Let us see. Fertilizer, yes. Holy moly, look at the time. We spent so much time on the TMR mixing issue that kind of took up all that we wanted to get into for tonight. But we, even though we did have those issues, we still got a few things done tonight. We got a new solution for mixing our TMR, and I'll probably put that solution on both of our my farms for as a solution for making TMR for the cows, and just have that in place. At least on my main farm, we do have a storage area for excess TMR. Maybe I'll just use that storage for all of my excess TMR. I just don't necessarily want to be driving back and forth between farms, but I guess I can't argue against that because I was doing that with the self-propelled TMR mixers, so it's not a horrible thing per se. Alright, this planter is already configured for planting corn. This planter fertilizes, so we have everything that we need to go right into planting. We've checked the pH levels, they seem to be okay. So we're going to go ahead and bring it down, turn on our seeder, and put our corn down. And let's see what's happening here. Is this happening like how it's supposed to? It appears to be. So that's what's up. Alright, so we're planting corn. This is where looks like we're going to be ending it tonight. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out. You've been tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition. We're on the Alma, Missouri map. And I want to thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in and checking me out. I hope you will continue to do so. And I hope you enjoyed the content that I'm creating. If you have any ideas, suggestions for things you want to see, any ideas for improvement, or just want to chat it up, talk about things Farming Simulator, or things gaming, or whatever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you're running across my content at. My content is provided on here on my YouTube channel, my Twitch channel, obviously, because that's where this live is being created at. And I save all my episodes of my Twitch live stream series and upload to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Bose 831 Gaming on most of your social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth. Twitter or X, whatever. I'm still going to call it Twitter. And like I say, Um, just let me know what you want to see. If you enjoy what you're seeing, the only way I can get better and better at what I'm doing here is with your feedback. So can't do it unless you get to it. Let's go. I appreciate you all and hope to see you back online soon. Suppose A831 Gaming live on Twitch, Farmers 22, Alma, Missouri map, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.